For seated hip internal rotation, you're going to want to set up near a wall or a nice supportive surface just on the floor. And then you're also going to want to grab a nice thick pillow that's not going to compress too much, or just a simple yoga block. Okay? From here, with your legs out in front of you, you're going to lean way over to one side. You're going to lean over to the non-working side, which will allow you to bend the knee on the working hip side, and then sneak that prop underneath your thigh and knee. And here's where you really want to make sure the thigh and knee feel very supported. If the cushion is too squishy, then your knee will just collapse and it won't feel like you can really work on your hip range of motion. So once you get that supported, then you're going to let your tailbone curl under and really let your spine flex over so that you can collapse back against the wall. You might have to adjust your position closer to the wall, further from the wall, but the goal is that you feel no limitation or pinching on that front of hip area, and you're really fully able to focus on how much are you able to twist your hip bone in the hip socket into internal rotation. Once you're there, go ahead and relax into the passive stretch for the amount of time that we indicate for you. Or maybe you're going to move right into your contractions. The first being your Pales contraction, where you're trying to unwind from that position, but the floor is in the way. Okay? So starting that contraction at your ankle, pushing your foot down into the floor will help you feel that unwinding. So you're pressuring with the heel and the toe. And then as you build up in intensity and gather steam with that contraction, you might notice your knee trying to sneak up off of the pillow or off of the block. So you're going to have your other hand, either same side or maybe the other arm, whatever works for you, just block that motion. So that as you get up to maybe 50+% intensity, you're actively pushing your ankle down into the floor and pushing your knee up into your hand, but nothing is allowed to move. Ramp it up to the intensity we indicate and hold for the time shown on your program, and then you'll switch over to the other contraction available here, which is your rails contraction. This is the contraction that would pull your hip into more internal rotation. The key here is to think of making your ankle light, and then as you build steam, make your knee heavier, and both of those requests should turn on the rails tissue for this particular position. Yeah, Hannah's feeling kind of outside of the hip. You might feel it a little on the inner thigh as well. We're really working all the way around the joint, so lots of tissues kind of fair game to get pulled in here. Hold this for the duration that we indicate, and then slowly relax your rails contraction before repeating as many reps as indicated. As usual, when you're done with Pales rails, you're going to want to finish up with some rotation for that hip, just controlled hip capsule cars. Those are probably also included in your program. Let us know how they go.